man. I do what I do.
This is your LA in a minute, and I'm here at Biddy Mason Park in downtown Los Angeles to talk about one of the most underappreciated people in Los Angeles history.
Where my LA people at? We had occupied LA, owned downtown LA, had wealthy people in Los Angeles way, way back.
Biddy Mason, former slave turned one of the most prominent landowners in early Los Angeles. Biddy Mason's contribution to this city can't be overlooked and needs to be celebrated. Let's get into it.
These are people right here. I want you to understand, all my foundational Black Americans, be proud of us. Be proud of what we did. We occupied this whole country from New York to LA to Seattle, everywhere. We wasn't paying attention to what they was talking about. We wasn't around here with our heads ducked down and bowing down. We know that we would get down if need be. Not that we wanted to, but we would get down and we were about our business. These folk didn't even have an education. Many of them couldn't even read that well. These are the women that I want you sisters to understand. You want to know where you get that sense from, your hair, and you organize, okay, I'm going to drop ship this, that, and the other. You get it from, it's ingrained in you. If left alone, foundational Black Americans will be perfectly fine. Imagine how successful we would be if we didn't have all these people gunning for us all the time and the system turned against us. Imagine. Our ancestors built 100 and some colleges straight out of slavery. We found a way to get it done. We built churches, we built towns. This woman was rich.
In 1818, Biddy Mason was born into slavery in Mississippi. She was bought and sold into families South Carolina, Georgia, until one day a man named Robert Smith bought her and her sister. Robert Smith went on a 300-wagon caravan to Utah, 1,700 miles, and Biddy Mason had to walk behind. Not only did she have to walk,
you hear that? She walked 1,700 miles, and she probably had to carry.
She was cleaning, she was herding cattle, and she was a midwife for 3 children the entire.
I want you brothers, you understand why Black women are strong. I want you fellas to understand something. This Black woman walked 1,700 miles from the Carolinas to Utah, and this was normal business. This is why Black women are so strong, brothers. They could not be weak. We call our women masculine. We call them tough. Yes, they are. They are. Like, yeah, you didn't know? They had to be, or we wouldn't be here right now. They'd have been curled up somewhere. White folk have been discovering them in like 1,000 years. Here's one right here. Oh my God. It looks like she was about 17. Looks like she had a very difficult life. I see a lot of bone breaks and abrasions on the upper tibia here. Yeah, we wouldn't be here. We'd be ghosts. You understand? I just want you to understand that. So strength is not a problem. It's an attribute. Now, ladies, okay, we can tone it down a little bit. Don't be strong with everybody. I'm just saying, okay, I want you to go hit your boyfriend in the side of the head right now because Uncle D said I was strong. Bam! No, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm just saying, okay? But it's an attribute. It's part of our culture. We make our women strong because that is part of our culture. Just like we make our men tolerant, okay? We make our men compliant because that's part of the culture. We have to be. You can't be a big bad man, walk around with your chest out all day. Somebody put a bullet in you, Black man. You got to be working. You have to work with your woman because we work together as a team. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We had to do that. That was part of the culture. The culture teaches us to be like that. A lot of it's easy to be out there with your chest out. I'm a man. You got your own country and the women around you cater to you. We are a group of people in a society that's dominated by people that don't like us and have constantly tried to keep us oppressed. So we had to work together. There's never any patriarchy in the Black community. Patriarchy. Shit. You better get in there and cook them chickens. That's why granddaddy can cook better than grandma sometime and most of the kids. I'm just telling you the truth. Granddaddy can cook them greens and cook them down better than everybody. And he won't be cooking them in the bathtub either. Oh, nasty self. Let's keep listening.
Higher way. In 1851, Robert Smith made a crucial mistake for his purposes. He traveled to California, where slavery was illegal. Biddy Mason went to court and earned her freedom in...
Biddy Mason said, oh, you going to take me to California? She sued for her own freedom after walking 1,700 miles and tending cows and cleaning up. Ain't that something?
1856.
In 1856. Look how astute she was. These are your ancestors. You need to be proud of that. This is a rich black woman. Okay? We've been the same people we are right now. All the stuff y'all do right now, we've been doing it. I've heard the stories. Fighting, cussing, all that same stuff. We've been doing it. The same. Look, read my books. If you're not read my books, read that book where I talk about my family from Mississippi. Same thing. All this, they call it ghetto, whatever you want to. Yes, we've been doing it, but we still succeed. That's part of the culture too. I know you don't want to hear that, but we oftentimes glorify the past, but we've been the same people. But we always know when to come together when it's time. And it's time right now. That's why we got to cut out all this beefing back and forth. Look, man, look, you're entitled to your opinions and you can say what you want to say about the opposite sex at any given time. You're entitled to that. But at this point, that's not what we need to do right now. Right now is not that time. Right now, we need to be resting because we'll be back up. We'll be back up to the plate again. White America's never going to leave us alone, okay? And we are never going to sell out. We're never going to fully integrate. So, we're not going to conform. So we'll be back up again, all right?
And set out to make a life for herself. And that she did with such an impact. In 1866, after saving up her wages for 10 years, she bought land. This is 1866. It was nearly 100 years before black people could buy land in certain parts of this country.
But not in all parts of this country, because I want you to understand, we still own in New York, Detroit, all those enclaves, it was white folk up there. Like, man, black folk were involved in the schools. We had our own high schools, all this sort of stuff, all neighborhoods. We actually had integrated into some of those communities in the Midwest. So I want y'all to understand that.
And here was Biddy Mason in Los Angeles, living free and being an entrepreneur. By 1872, she was already a community leader and she organized the LA First African Methodist Episcopal Church.
All 100 years old.
Otherwise known as First AME. That's right. Yeah. That came from Biddy Mason. All the while, Biddy Mason went back to her roots and she nursed the sick, comforted prisoners, and pays a grocery to feed the families that were made homeless by...
On 4th and Spring Street. That's in the heart of... I just want you to understand who you are. I need y'all to understand. You have earned the rest. You have saved America over and over and over again. We've been doing this a long time. Let somebody else up. It's their turn. We've done it. These are what your people been doing.
The floods in Los Angeles. I mean, we're talking somebody with not just a symbolic, but significant importance on Los Angeles that is almost forgotten about.
It's almost forgotten because y'all don't want to remember it. That's why it's almost forgotten, sir. That's why it's almost forgotten. But keep going.
All the while, Biddy Mason kept saving her money and amassing more and more property, becoming an entrepreneur and one of the prominent landowners in Los Angeles, including selling land to other black people who couldn't buy land due to redlining at the time in Los Angeles. I'm talking a real pioneer. So Biddy Mason...
That's her. That's us. I want you to understand that. Embrace yourselves. Embrace your beautiful selves. You're a beautiful, wonderful, outstanding, amazing group of people. There's no other group of people like us, and we need to embrace that. I want y'all to, especially you sisters, embrace it.
It has this park and memorial here.
Look how well she's dressed. Look at that.
Here in downtown Los Angeles, but truth be told, she deserves a lot more. She's one of the most important people in the history of the city, and she needs to be celebrated. All right, LA, it's been a minute.
Praise God. Yeah, she does need to be celebrated, but y'all done got rid of the Black history. Y'all don't want us to talk about it, so we'll remain silent. Yeah, I like this video.
Why? Because like my daddy.
I'm gonna get back to the lesson in a minute, but I wanted to drive home the point that things are changing now. Okay, I'm talking to everybody on the internet. who's listening, y'all know me. I don't have 100,000 followers, but those of you guys who know I drive a certain section of the internet. Everybody's listening. They may not mention it, but they're listening. They listening to Uncle D. They listening to Dennis Spurling because they have to, you see? So, because I'm uniquely positioned. But nevertheless, listen, this is where we're going now. I want you to hear about this.
He's a black man. I couldn't see another man raising my kids besides.
She said they're trying to argue with this young lady because she says she wants to marry a black man. Boy, when I first saw this, I was like, look at this. This is what I'm talking about. We're starting to get our senses back to ourselves. We're starting to come back to our black selves. This is beautiful. Listen to this young lady.
But what if you fell in love with a white guy?
I wouldn't fall in love with a
What am I falling? Sit yourself down somewhere.
white guy.
Why?
I want my kids to have a black father just like I had a black father because it's just something about a black man that I love. So I've always dated black guys. And
that's right, baby. I don't know the name of this show, but this is what I'm talking about right here. This is good TV. I don't even watch TV anymore. You hear that? She's, I'm going to marry a black man. All of that 50-50 and I can't find a good man. Look at her. Look what she talking about.
I don't feel like someone of another race could really help my children deal with certain issues.
Someone of another race couldn't help my children deal with what they're going to have to deal with in this world that we living in. You understand me?
Issues that they would have to deal with being black in America. My daddy is black, and guess what? My kids going to have a black-ass daddy too.
Look, I hear her voice cracking. That means she really mean what she said. She in it. This is what I'm talking about. When you see something like this, you know that things are changing. All you dudes on the internet, all you ladies on the internet, this y'all, what y'all doing with all that beefing, it's out the window now. Black people have lost the taste for that. They've lost the taste for the gender war. Everybody that said what they had to say. Black women said it for 60 years. Black men been saying it for about 12 to 15 years. It's kind of passe. We done said everything we're going to say. We said it in public. What's up? Welcome to the broadcast. This is Uncle D. People wash their ass in the tub. Kamala Harris.
You were tuned in to Uncle D. D's black man talk. Pull up, homie, take a seat. Don't be a shadow watcher every day. You learn something, then you earn something. And let them know and drop some money in the plate. It's getting cold, ladies, talking ratchet. There's a king here, grab your coat, zip your jacket. Keep quiet for a second, close your jaw. Attorney Spurling, this ain't pearly, know the law. Talking Constitution, pushing pins when he shooting, give him that. Masculinity, just for the record, sprinkle that. You can keep your cat, gotta cut it. Only cat he rubbing, gotta love it. I call it Holly Buddy. Gotta vote your interest, voting earns. Presidential, this is for the money that I earn. When you gon' learn, my people, that evil mixed with evil. No matter what you're doing, baby, this ain't equal. Sometimes when you're special, you get hated. The test is for the best, you're damn right, my people made it. Uncle D, Blizzard King, you been served, gotta know this. Now black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice now. Black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice now. Black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice now. Black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now.
Hey man, I'll do what I do.
Somebody need to whip your ass.
Get up and whip him, Sweets.
Hey, don't be putting the money in my hand all rough.
Take your ass out here. You buy you a Floby and cut your own damn hair from now on.